The pew pew grenades are here, guys. Welcome back to another video, and I'm going to be going over this build as Empire versus Dark Elves, and probably a little more pumped that I'm not going over a High Elf build or something of that sort. But we do have the Empire, and I'll be leading it today, and I'm going to be going over my build and kind of letting you know what is going on here. So for my front line, we are going to go 2 swordsmen, Sigmar Sons, double spearmen. We are going double outrider along with 1 outrider with grenade launcher. 3 Empire Knights, double cannon, double spearmen in the back with no shields. A Jade Wizard bringing Earthblood and Regrowth. And then we have Carl bringing his double items, Reichland Runefang and Gal Maraz. For my opponent here, I think it's the best Jack, something along the lines of that. He does have 4 Dread Spears, 2 Witch Elves, 2 Blackguards, 2 Cold One Knights, 2 Repeater Crossbows, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, sorry, and he has Sorcerers of Death, bringing Spirit Leech, Purple Son of Xerxes, I think it's called. Yeah, something, yeah, I don't know how to fully pronounce it, but yeah, I hope I did pronounce it. But we'll get right into the battle, and I'm going to kind of position my Outriders here. I do skirmish him totally, and I'm just going to shoot into his Reaper Bolt Throwers, take those out immediately. I do have better range, and he is going to maneuver his Cold One Knights over, which is definitely a mistake. You want to hit your Cold One Knights over here and Repeater Crossbows. You kind of want to commit to this flank, as you see like all my cav rushing this side. But if you see like one of my cav units, it's going to be hard. I best just ignore them. But he is going to pull up with these guys and start trying to shoot my front line. Nice Spirit Leech come down on my cannons here, and yeah, it's gonna do a little bit of damage, and yeah, there he's gonna hit my crew, and I'm gonna have to maneuver and get a good angle and start shooting into his stuff, put a bunch of pressure on him. He is gonna see this and move his Repeater Crossbows, but by then it's a little too late for you, buddy. Honestly, should have had him like right here, just kind of like fending them off and kind of posing as a threat to my force, because I do have 2 Empire Knights. So if he does come over here with the Cold One Knights, I just dive in with Empire Knights, shoot, and then dive in with Carl, pop, Reichland Runefang. But we are gonna get some nice volleys, and these grenade launchers are actually like, I love grenade launchers, and I'm tempted to bring them in like almost every matchup from now on, just because they're like just so good, man. They're just really good. And we are gonna get some more shots. They're like just like killers in the night, you know. But yeah, they did just get the Dread Spear to half health. Sure, it's like Dread Spear, but I mean, still, it did a lot of damage. He's gonna destroy one of my cannons here, and that's 1 cannon. But he's still focus fired on the crew, so I mean, I'll definitely take that. While my other cannon is just unloading onto his Reaper Bolt Thrower, but it does change target, I believe. Yep, it does change target. And this is what I like with Empire. You have a slew of kind of missile infantry, cav, and then you can't really rely on your front line to do most of the lifting, because they are gonna they'll most likely lose to front lines like Dark Elves. And look at this, Cold One Knights are gonna receive a side kind of like shot into them, and look at them just drop. They dropped a lot of models here, and those grenade launchers and Outriders did a great job there. I'm gonna pull up with my Outriders and kind of use them as a fallback point. So if they get engaged, we fall back to them, and they charge, and then we have support from the guns. He does pull a unit of Blackguard, and this is where I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna be like, oh, that's a mistake. And we're gonna kind of maneuver my Empire Knights and then get a charge into these Dread Spears, so we're not braced. So we are going to get a great charge off to them. And now the front line is going to be engaging. We're going to get in here as quickly as possible. I'm going to maneuver my Empire Knights wherever I can near these cold ones. And yep, here comes the massacre of the Blackguard. And I'm waiting for that other volley. Come on, grenade launchers, get that other volley in there. There's one. Killed like a couple models. There's another. Ooh! And yeah, grenade launchers just OP. And yeah, here we're gonna get a nice counter charge into these cold ones. I'm gonna try and fly overhead with Carl. He's putting a lot of pressure on Carl, so I can't really dive on too much things. But I'm going to try to flank here, pop a regrowth on him, and then I'm going to get some more shots into the back line. My cannon is still firing, is starting to focus his blackguard. We do have a side angle on him, so we'll be able to relatively shoot him well. And we're going to get a nice charge with Empire Knights into these halberds. Not the best idea, but they do have spear support, so that, I mean, they're going to be decent. Okay here. And really, I should just, yeah, I am going to start focusing on repeater crossbows. Like I said, they're putting pressure, a lot of pressure on Carl. I do pop regular roofing to just help out this big blob here. And if I did have like a firecaster, this whole line would have been like completely dead. But I didn't. I mean, I had to go with Carl. And Genie dealing with Carl. But I am going to dive down on this Lord. And this is where he is going to go down. His Lord is very squishy, so let's say Carl. But Manticores are really good in general, so they're going to be tough to take down. But if I can keep the focus fire from my Outriders and just focus him with my cannons still left over and get him with Carl. Oh, and he's going to dive down, and he's going to get surrounded by Cold Ones, and this is not where Carl wants to be whatsoever. I am going to have to just use these Outriders as a screening platform and kind of pull back with them. They got caught, it's not too bad, but we are going to get some nice side shots into this Blackguard, and they're just getting wrecked. Empire Knights are getting wrecked as well. Probably should have pulled them back and just ran them into the crew, honestly, but that's a somewhat decent misplay for me. I am going to get on these Cold Knights. He's going to pop another Spear Leech on Carl, and he's just going to try to listen Carl just like constantly. He's going to Spear Leech anytime he can. And we are going to get some nice shots, more nice shots coming into these Blackguard. I should probably start focusing these guys, but we are going to get some nice grenades coming in. And yeah, they're just going to wreck these repeater crossbows. Also, Outriders are shooting in as well. I'm going to pull Carl over here and try to kill this Sorceress of Death. Or at least just put pressure on her and just like keep her away from the front line while I can just like win this engagement with Empire Cycle Charging. We are going to break the front line, and that's basically going to be game here with my Outriders being really healthy. I still have a bunch of Empire Knights. I have Carl really healthy. I could just pop another regrowth on him, and yeah, that's gonna be game. And here, 81 kills, 2 ranks. That proves quite a bit there, and 1 rank on my cannon, 63 kills. Frontline did actually quite a better. The Beast Jack. Okay, well, it did a lot better than I would have thought, but I mean, they did kill a lot of Dread Spears, and look at these Empire Knights. 56, 46, 22, 27, 42, 0, 0, 0, 17. So, right here, these Empire Knights really key, and I suggest to bring them in almost like every matchup. Like, literally, they're just so cost effective. They do a lot for you. Grenade launchers, tile pack formations, you bring them. You can bring them for chaff clearing as well. They're really good at that. I like to bring them for Skaven. I bring like 2. Sometimes I went for like a meme-ish time build, and I brought 4, and I still won. I went for a Goon Squad, and I will actually get you guys that. I'll find a replay of me kind of demonstrating how to use these guys more effectively. And I just want to go over them because they're like a really powerful unit here. And so are the Outriders. Outriders rack up a ton of kills. They're also a great skirmishing force and can contest with the repeater crossbows. Carl, of course, great here. I went with double cannon because if you go with like, if he goes with like a triple repeater crossbows, it can put like quite a bit of pressure on him. And then you have these guys here just in case. So these guys shoot, pew pew, try and knock out as many. You rush with infantry, and that's what I should have done a lot earlier. When he took out like one of my cannon units, I should have just rushed him and let my cannons just focus fire, and just put a lot of pressure on his micro, make him focus different things while I kill his repeater crossbows and focus something else, and then go in my Empire Knight Cycle Charge front line, avoid Blackguard, try to get the charge on the Cold War Knights. Like, if the Cold War Knights charge your front line, then you charge with Empire Knights and shoot there. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe. It would mean a lot, and yeah, that's all I have to say, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. So, I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.